What's good, YouTube? My man Cess, 2K the God here, and we coming at y'all again, this time for the prediction between the big mega fight, Gennady Golovkin, Triple G, and David Lemieux, coming on tomorrow night. Man, it's supposed to be a huge fight. It's supposed to be one of the big tests for Gennady Golovkin. That's what a lot of people are saying is going to be his major test. This fight right here should tell people where exactly Gennady Golovkin is and whether or not he deserves to get all the media hype or attention that he's been getting if he beats David Lemieux. What do you think, bro?
Not at all. I mean, I don't feel like it's gonna tell us where he stands as far as his skill and whether or not he should be getting as much hype as he is. I mean, David Lemieux is a good fighter,
Yeah.
but not to that extent to where you can actually measure up. You can actually measure a guy against him. Like, he's not that good. And I hate to bring this guy's name up, but like an Andre Ward. Like if somebody were to beat Ward, or if Golovkin were to beat like an Andre Ward, or somebody like that, then I'd be ecstatic. Like, oh shit, this dude is the truth.
Right.
But not with a David Lemieux. I think more than anything, it's a fan-friendly fight. It should be entertaining. It should be watchable for casuals and and boxing enthusiasts.
Right.
So I mean, it just all across the board, it should be an entertaining fight for anybody. If somebody walks in a bar and they see a boxing fight on, they should be, they may feel compelled to watch it because of both of the styles.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we perceive looking back at both fighters' history and older fights that they've been in as professionals. But according to Abel Sanchez, who is Gennady Golovkin's trainer,
God,
it's not going to be that kind of fight. Gennady Golovkin is basically supposed to go in there and be the boxer, be the counter puncher. I almost laughed when I said that. Be the counter puncher. Be the guy that's going to be timing his punches and slowing down the pace rather than the Gennady Golovkin we're used to seeing and the Gennady Golovkin that they've actually marketed to the public. What do you think about that?
Sounds like they're talking about Floyd Mayweather.
Exactly.
I mean, it don't sound like they're talking about Gennady Golovkin. I don't know if Abel Sanchez is just putting out or if that's the actual game plan. If that is his game plan, that probably will work. That will probably be a disadvantage because David Lemieux is somebody that just gets off. I mean, he don't care if you counter punching or boxing him or whatever. He's gonna get his punches off. Mm-hmm. So that to me, that's probably just Abel Sanchez talking out of his ass. I mean, he has a reputation of doing that when it comes to Gennady Golovkin. He's Gennady's biggest fan. He's Gennady's biggest promoter. He's, and I understand, he's the trainer and he's supposed to believe in his guy's skill and ability, but at the same time, you kind of have to be realistic. I actually thought I heard him say that Gennady was gonna pot shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Lemieux a couple times. So that stuff like that is just dumb when I hear it, and I don't pay much attention to it. But if Abel Sanchez if he wants to put that out, and he wants to make that their go-ahead game plan, then then Lemieux may actually have a better chance.
All right, man, break it down for me. Don't give me a prediction yet because we're going to say our predictions at the end of the video.
Okay.
But break it down for me, dog. What does each fighter have to do to win this fight?
Man. For Gennady Golovkin to win this fight, all he has to do is really be Gennady Golovkin. Right. He has to come forward. He has to not take a step backwards. Use that power punching ass jab that he has. Just be Golovkin. Nothing new, no theatrics, none of that bullshit they was talking about, pot shotting and boxing and being a counter puncher. None of that. If he does that, he may actually lose. Now, and this is where it gets a little tricky, and this is where it gets a little hard to make sense of all of this, because for David Lemieux to win, all he has to do is be David Lemieux. You know?
Yeah.
He nothing special, no theatrics. Please don't come in there and try to be a different fighter. The only thing I want him to do is just duck your head at least once.
Move that motherfucker somewhere.
You know?
I mean, he come in to fight like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just ready. He throw a punch. It's like his head's so stiff, motherfucker gotta go like this.
Yeah, just a turn. Yep. And I mean, that's what he has to do. The only thing he has to do, man, is just keep his gloves up at all times. And just don't, like I said, don't try to be special. His volume is really what I'm looking forward to seeing, because I've seen Golovkin react differently when guys actually punch at him. So, and it's a little hard to find a fight where a guy actually punched at him. But I remember particularly in the Rubio fight, when Rubio did punch, Golovkin, he really didn't have any defense. The only thing he did was he just stuck his arm straight out, and he just tried to create a little bit of space between him and Rubio, but Rubio was so scared he couldn't really do nothing. And in the Willie Monroe fight, when Monroe actually let his hands go, Golovkin said, no, I was just trying to make show, just trying to make drama show. But the only problem with that, I understand, if you're trying to make the fight a bit more interesting, I understand that to an extent, but no fighter likes to get hit. The only time you are comfortable getting hit is if you know a guy cannot hurt you and he doesn't.
Repeat that shit again, please. What did you? A fighter doesn't like the what?
A fighter does not like to get hit, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Whenever, even when you guys see fighters in the ring and they take a good shot and they shake their head, that's actually acknowledging that the punch hurt them. It's not acknowledging that, you didn't hurt me. No. You're acknowledging that it was a solid shot. Yep. And it actually got your attention. So when I see Golovkin do these type of things, the only time he does them is if he's in the ring with somebody that he just knows can't punch at all, has absolutely no punching power, and they legitimately can't hurt him. So he's not gonna do that with David Lemieux. He's not gonna let Lemieux get off and then shake his head and tell him to come on. He's not gonna do that shit. Right. So I'm looking forward to a great fight.
Yeah. See, I think we're kind of spot on here, man. I believe Gennady Golovkin needs to do exactly what Gennady Golovkin's been doing with the other 33 fucking opponents that he's fought. I mean, David Lemieux has absolutely no head movement.
None.
He has no footwork. He drops his hands when he's on the attack. When he's actually throwing punches, he doesn't bring his hands back, which leaves himself wide the fuck open for any type of, like, if you punch with David Lemieux, you can hit him. It's just that a lot of guys can't punch with David Lemieux. You know what I'm saying? Because of his power. But if you're able to take David Lemieux's shots and then you get into an exchange with him, you're going to land shots against him because he leaves himself wide open. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And then, last but not least, my man swings for the fences so much that he can get caught off balance. You know my
absolutely.
Man, you helped me with understanding that when you pointed out him throwing a couple of hooks at Njam and Jickum, and the motherfucker almost did a 360.
Yes. He looked like a little version of the Tasmanian Devil when he starts spinning around real fast.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's unacceptable when you're fighting against the elite in your division.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Gennady Golovkin is the top dog at middleweight. He is the elite guy in the division. Yep. So if Lemieux goes in there with that out of balance bullshit, I expect Golovkin to fully take advantage of that. So all Golovkin's got to do is just beat him. Apply pressure, pinpoint your shots, because Golovkin's accuracy is what makes him deadly.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's so much his power, because we've seen lots of guys knock motherfuckers clean out.
Oh yeah.
Okay? Especially when they're fighting C-level fighters.
Yeah.
He's doing what he's supposed to do against these guys.
Exactly.
He's knocking out C-level fighters.
Exactly.
Right? But usually in history it speaks for itself. When these type of guys step it up to A-level fighters, and David Lemieux's not an A-level fighter, by the way, guys. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is his punching power may not transfer to guys at a higher level than he's been fighting.
It won't. It won't. I'm going on record right now, and I'm saying it will not translate the same way.
Absolutely not. Like, Gennady Golovkin will not knock out Andre Ward like he's been knocking out, he knocked out Willie Monroe.
Hell no.
Hell no. I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah. Yo, no.
Get these guys to understand where we're coming from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, with that said, if he goes in there with David Lemieux, right?
Yep.
And he hits David Lemieux, and Lemieux takes his shot, we gotta fight.
Oh yeah.
We gotta fight.
Yep, but, absolutely. Let me go down the list real quick, 2K, and let me get your opinion. Okay, I'm gonna go down the list of some specific attributes and place a name and tell me, who's got this category.
All right.
Let's go with power. Who do you give the edge to in the power?
Golovkin, because he's more accurate.
Okay. What about speed?
Lemieux.
All right. Defense.
Golovkin.
Ring generalship.
Golovkin.
Okay. Let's go with heart. Who do you think? Which guy has more heart?
And that's a hard one, because, like I said, we've only seen Golovkin fight C-level fighters.
Yeah.
So his heart hasn't been tested yet. He hasn't been in a situation where he's hitting someone and they didn't wither to his punch. They actually took that bitch and was like, "Oh, thanks, dog. Here, take this with that." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We haven't seen that shit yet. And once we do, that's when we can assess Gennady Golovkin's heart the right way.
Okay.
And that's why I'm so critical of him needing to fight A-level fighters, because, it's like Joe Calzaghe. Watching Joe Calzaghe fight a career of fucking C and B-level fighters, that's why he is the least talked about Hall of Famer today.
Yeah,
Joe Calzaghe is in the Hall of Fame, but nobody mentions this guy. Nobody talks about this guy.
Nope.
And it's because he did not fight the guys that he should have fought in his fucking career. You know what I'm saying? Roy Jones wanted to fight him so many fucking times when they were younger.
Yeah.
And Joe Calzaghe didn't want to fight. When they were at 168, he didn't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? So, this is the same thing with Gennady Golovkin. His career, to me, let's say he beats David Lemieux, right? Then he goes and beats Andy Lee.
That's what's gonna happen.
Then he gets bitch ass Peter Quillen in there somehow. Peter Quillen stops running and gets him in there, and he beats Peter Quillen. Then he decides to retire. Well, he didn't fight anyone.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He fought a bunch of B-level fighters, B and C-level fighters. That's not enough for me to say, oh yeah, he's one of the best ever. Negative.
Yeah.
Negative.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
the
at
best
all.
ever have always fought A-level fighters. So I kind of got off track, but back to your point, that's why I can't assess his heart yet, because I haven't seen him in there with guys on his level, and I haven't seen him react to something that he doesn't like. Haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
David Lemieux, on the other hand, I have. I've seen guys fight him on his level, and I've seen guys beat him who are on his level. Actually, Joaquim Alcine is probably not on his level, but he still beat David Lemieux. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I would have to say I don't like David Lemieux's heart.
Okay.
He was winning the Marco Antonio Rubio fight, got tired and just laid the fuck down. Like, fuck it. I got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? If he would have had more heart, the heart would have gave him more will and determination to fight through that lack of stamina, and he would have been able to finish the fight that he was actually fucking winning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I gotta say, if Lemieux is not knocking you out within the first 6 rounds, I think his heart, he loses the want to be in the ring any longer than that, and that's when you see him start to fade. I mean, that's the same thing happened in the N'Jam fight.
Okay.
I mean, he knocked him down like, what, 5 times?
Yep.
But N'Jam was still able to get up and pump the jab in his fucking face.
Yep,
like,
yep.
So
last but not least, 2K, a point that you just brought up, stamina.
Right.
Who has the edge in stamina? If this becomes a war between 2 guys, who's gonna outlast the other guy?
Again.
So many questions with Golovkin.
Right. Exactly. And I think that's where you were getting at.
Yeah.
You can't really rate Golovkin as a great fighter. I think he's the elite in his division, and I want to perceive him to be an A-level fighter.
Yeah.
He's perceived to be an A-level fighter because he hasn't been fucking tested. You see what I'm saying? Yep. So all these questions you're giving me, and I knew where you were going with this. You can't really answer a lot of them because he hasn't been fucking tested. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I don't know who has the better stamina. I mean, I've seen Gennady Golovkin. He doesn't like to take shots to the body.
Nope.
Right?
Surely doesn't.
So let's say Lemieux goes in there and starts winging to the fucking body. He sees what I saw and what you saw, right? Starts winging to the body, saps up Gennady Golovkin's stamina. Well, then he probably will have the stamina problem.
Yeah.
But another thing could happen. Gennady Golovkin goes in there, dictates the pace. His accuracy and his power is actually hurting Lemieux, and it saps his stamina, and he may not have the stamina, better stamina between the two. So it's just so many questions that are not answered about Gennady Golovkin. I still don't think this fight will answer any of them.
No, it won't.
He's got to fight an A-level fighter, dog.
Yeah, he does. He does. And that's my problem with that. That's my problem with giving Gennady Golovkin praise right now.
Right.
You know, I'm not hating on him or anything like that. There are some things that he's able to do in the ring that I like. Maybe 1 or 2 things, but at least it's better than none.
Right.
But there's just too many questions, and there are some little things that I've seen in the Willie Monroe fight that I really didn't like from Golovkin, and that's the fact that he hates it to the body. Like, this dude cannot stand body shots. It almost reminds me of Manny Pacquiao a long time ago. When you used to hit him in the body, he would hit his hands on his head to kind of tell you to, as if he was kind of, signaling for you to, hit him up top. Fuck the body, hit me up top.
Right.
And though Golovkin doesn't, motion like that, you can almost tell in his face that he doesn't like body shots. Also, when he fought Martin Murray was letting his hands go, and he was starting to hit Golovkin to the body a couple times, and Golovkin didn't like it. I don't think Golovkin I don't think he's a good inside fighter. I think he's a good puncher if you let him punch at you. Right. But shit, I'm a good puncher if you just stand there and let me fucking punch you in the head all day. Yeah, anybody is.
If you just if your opponent is just fucking retreating to the ropes.
Yeah.
For the whole 3 fucking minutes of a goddamn round, and you're just able to actually look where you want to throw a punch with so much time on your fucking hands, you would be an excellent puncher too. Absolutely.
Exactly. So there are so many questions, man, about Gennady Golovkin and what he can actually do. I'm not shitting on this fight. I'm glad they made this fight. Like I said, but I'm solely viewing it from from a fan-friendly sort of perspective, it's not going to tell me anything. I mean, I'm just happy that we're going to get a perceived entertaining fight, and you know, we can at least see what happens when a guy actually lets his hands go against Golovkin. But that's the only thing we're going to see. I mean, we're not going to see anything else other than that. You know, what happens when a guy comes out and just blitzes him? That's really it.
Right. And let me get back to my point before we close out the video, man. I was going to basically say what Lemieux needs to do to win this fight. Basically Lemieux, he's got to go in there and wing, like you just said. He's got to go in there. He's got to wing shots, B. I mean, he's got to do what knocks him off balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's something we've never seen being thrown at Gennady Golovkin.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, if Gennady hits him and David Lemieux takes that punch, we got a fucking fight.
Oh, then we have a fight.
Exactly, because that's the only thing that we have not seen from any of his fucking opponents is them being able to take one of his punches. Now, the counter argument that people will have about anything that we've said in this video about Gennady Golovkin is this. Number one, countering what I just said. Well, it's because of his power. He has a whole lot of power. Nobody can take his shots. My answer to that, he's fighting C-level fighters.
Exactly.
Let me see if his power can transfer to an A-level fighter.
Exactly.
Next counter argument, based on what I said about him needing to fight A-level fighters. Well, there's no A-level fighters in his division. He just needs to stay in his division and unify. My answer to that's fine. He can unify, right? But at some fucking point in his career, he needs to step it up and fight an A-level fighter. And right now, there are no A-level fighters at 160. There is one that will be moving up to 160. His name is Arislandi Lara, but he's already said that he wanted to fight Golovkin on Twitter after fights. He's been tweeting shit after he beat Delvin Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? About fighting Gennady Golovkin. Golovkin has had no fucking response.
Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt, but let me say this one piece. That's my problem. What if you're so gun-ho about giving Golovkin praise on the shit that he's doing against C-level fighters? Why won't you question him actually fighting an A-level fighter, somebody that's naturally smaller than him, in Arislandi Lara, who's calling him out? Why won't his fans question that?
Dude, this is the crazy part. Whenever you bring an A-level fighter to their attention that you say that Golovkin should actually challenge, with exception of Floyd Mayweather, their response is something always like, oh, he's not a big draw. Why should we fight him? He won't make any money.
Sad,
my answer, my question to you is, when the fuck did you become a financial advisor for these fighters?
Exactly.
You're a fucking fan. You're not a promoter. You're not a manager. You're not a financial advisor. You have no fucking idea what money is brought to the negotiation fucking table. You have no idea. If a guy like Andre Berto can make $4 million for fighting Floyd Mayweather, I'm pretty sure Arislandi Lara can fucking eat too, B. And he's gonna bring money to the table for Gennady Golovkin to eat. Honestly, that fight is probably pay-per-view, and that's just Arislandi Lara. You know what I'm saying? If it's not pay-per-view, a lot of motherfuckers are gonna watch it on HBO or PBC, wherever they decide to have that shit at. You know what I'm saying? And people are like, oh, well, Al Heyman won't do business with Golovkin. What the fuck are you talking about? Golovkin is not signed to Top Rank, and he's not signed to Golden Boy. He's signed to who? K2.
K2 Promotion.
K2 does business with everyone.
Everybody, So just bullshit. It's a lot of bullshit coming from the fans, and that, you know what? That's the reason why guys like Golovkin can do what they do. You know, because his fans or guys like him, their fans won't call them to the carpet. They'll call everybody else a bitch and a coward and a pussy. But when it comes to their favorite fighter, they give them a pass, which is bullshit. But like I said, we'll see tomorrow what it is, and hopefully we get a good fight.
Yeah, absolutely. So prediction, man. What do you got?
You know, 2K. I don't like safe bets, man. I just don't like safe bets. So, with that being said, I know who's gonna win, but fuck it. I'm gonna go with David Lemieux.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go with Lemieux, man. If I'm gonna say this, if the fight goes past 4 rounds, I like Lemieux's chances.
All right.
If Golovkin is gonna knock Lemieux out, it'll probably come pretty early. But like I said, if it goes past 4, then I like Lemieux's chances.
All right. Well, if you guys watched the last fight that Paulie Malignaggi commentated, it would have been the Gerald Washington versus
Amir Mansour
fight, I believe.
Yep.
Then you know where I'm going, because I'm going exactly where he went. My man said exactly what I said in the beginning of the video. Lemieux has no head movement, no footwork, no defense.
Yeah.
Right? And he picked he picked Golovkin to knock Lemieux out in 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a little nicer and say Golovkin gets him out of there in 4.
Okay.
I see if Lemieux waits, he loses. If he goes in there and wings and applies pressure to Golovkin, something that Golovkin's never seen before, he has a better chance. But if Golovkin hits him and it hurts him, fight's over.
Oh yeah.
Fight's over, dude.
Fight is over.
It's completely over. And that's where I'm going with it. I think Golovkin touches that chin. I've already seen him get hurt by Joaquim Alcine. I've seen him get hurt against Gabe Rosado.
Yeah.
I've seen him get hurt against Marco Antonio Rubio. I think Gennady Golovkin hits much harder than any of those guys.
Yeah.
And usually I don't compare power like that, but given David Lemieux's defense, I know he's going to get hit with a big shot.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
This fight is not a test. It's an easy fight. Let me say this to you guys also. A fight cannot be a test to another fighter if all of his fans are predicting a fucking knockout.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
It's only a test when the fight is 50-50, 55-45, right? That's when it's a test, because there's reasonable doubt that your favorite fighter or a particular fighter that's getting a lot of attention, there's reasonable doubt that that fighter will fucking win, right?
Yeah. Yep.
When everybody's prediction is Golovkin by KO. Nope. Yo, there's more people saying that Golovkin KOs David Lemieux than he does win by decision. Nobody's saying Golovkin by decision. Everyone's saying Golovkin by KO.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not a test, people. That's an easy fight.
Hey, yeah.
With it. KO by 4.
Okay. I guess I'm just wishful thinking here, man. Wishful hoping. You know, I'm just wishing and hoping that David Lemieux will pull it. Will pull a rabbit out the hat, man, and you know, should make something happen.
Hell yeah. Word life. All right, people. Do what you do in the comment section. Let us know who you got winning this fight. I'm pretty sure the 95% of y'all motherfuckers are gonna say it's Golovkin by knockout. Yep. Some people might say Lemieux. Shit, it'll be interesting. Let us know. Do what you do, but be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.